Hello everybody and welcome to Forever Sports. We have official confirmation of a 9-match ban for Jan-Hendrik Wessels following the incident that has been filling up social media and driving a lot of rugby discussion in the last week. It happened last week in against Connacht, where there was an incident between himself and Josh Murphy, where it is alleged that Jan-Hendrik Wessels, well now I suppose not really alleged given the fact he's been punished, it was alleged that he had groped Josh Murphy inappropriately. As a result, Josh Murphy reacted and punched Jan-Hendrik Wessels in the back of the head. That resulted in a 20-minute red card on the weekend, and we'll talk about the fact that that card has actually been rescinded as a result of the disciplinary action against Jan-Hendrik Wessels, and this is going to be very, very controversial. So before we get into it, please do smash a like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. So earlier today we did a different video, and basically we looked at the incident. You can basically see here. And what's very important in terms of this entire process is the fact that this is the exact angles that have been used during the disciplinary process. So there was a shove sort of there, over there, and it actually cuts away before we can see the incident, but we can't really see what's going on there. This is the main sort of angle that we got saw over the weekend of the alleged incident. Now you can see Jan-Hendrik Wessels over there is involved in the ruck. Now McClubber's having a go here with Josh Murphy. Josh Murphy goes over and looks to try and roll Jan-Hendrik Wessels. And as he does, as we'll see over here in the final clip over here, as he does, there is something that happens and it triggers a response. And you can see there's the shove, there's a hit in the back of the head and the shove in the face. That resulted in the red card. Now, it's important to just watch that a little bit again, because this is the only sort of angles that they really sort of looked at. And they said that nothing new from the TV was looked at in the disciplinary hearing itself. Let's go to exactly what was actually said, shall we? So it says the disciplinary process related to Jan-Hendrik Wessels is citing in the BKT United Rugby Championship Round 4 game. Has resulted in a 9-game suspension. I mean, 9-game. I mean, you don't get much bigger. And it's actually a 12-week down to 9 weeks due to a bit of mitigation. Here's what the citing commissioner said. He said... he reported Vodacom Bulls player number 2, Jan-Hendrik Wessels, for an act of foul play in the 18th minute under law .9.27. A player must not do anything that is against a spirit of good sportsmanship. This includes grabbing, twisting, or squeezing the genitals. So that is what is alleged that has been happened. And the panel overseeing this disciplinary process was Declan Goodwin from Wales. He was the chair. Simon Thomas from Wales and Leah Thomas from Wales. So 3 Welsh people basically involved were satisfied that an act of foul play had occurred and found the incident met the red card threshold with entry of low end warranting a 12-week suspension. The panel reduced suspension by 3 weeks due to the player's good conduct prior to and at the hearing and good record, which results in 9-game suspension. I mean, it's bizarre. They've basically said that based on those angles that they are satisfied that foul play has occurred. As a result, they're going to give him a 12-week ban, mitigated down to 3 because he behaved well in the hearing and before that, and basically, you know, was always forthcoming and the likes of that. It's bizarre. It's a ridiculous decision to make, given the lack of evidence. Did something happen? Well, we look at it and we kind of think, you kind of feel like something had to have happened to have sort of invoked that incident. But you can't see necessarily if it was Jan-Hendrik Wessels, if it was Nama Klaba who potentially might have something. Whatever happened there, you actually cannot see anything that did happen. So now we are in a he said, she said scenario. And obviously what Josh Murphy has said has happened has been taken as the summary of events. And Jan-Hendrik Wessels has been punished on the back of that. As a result, he is banned for the game tomorrow. South Africa versus Japan next week. France versus South Africa. Italy versus South Africa. Ireland versus South Africa. Bulls versus Lions. It was also a South African game then. Bulls versus Bordeaux. Northampton versus Bulls and Sharks versus Bulls, which means that he will make his first appearance after this ban on the 27th of December at the earliest. What's very important is the player and the club have the right to appeal. And as far as we understand, the Bulls are going to appeal this decision. And I think they should. You know, I think it's a very dangerous precedent. Did something happen? I think something must have happened at some point. We don't know, whether it was exactly what's been alleged. I don't know. I can't see. We can't see evidence. So it's just pure speculation. And that is the biggest problem, is that they have issued a 9-game ban based on a summary of account from a single player. And they've created it as law, and this is incredibly dangerous because now, when does this stop? So much happens at the bottom of a ruck. If someone comes up and says, ref, this happened to me, and there's no video evidence, now there's precedent which allows for that player to potentially be banned, even if he denies it, which as far as I understand, Jan-Hendrik Wessels has denied the incident itself. So it's very, very dangerous. Now, not only have the URC made this decision and given him the 9-game ban, but they've actually doubled down the decision, because here, very recently, another disciplinary update was issued where they said that the 20-minute red card from Josh Murphy has been rescinded. Once again, I think this was a shocking call, because one of the big precedents in rugby is, you may not react to situations. And it doesn't matter if you're provoked. Any sort of reaction to it in an unlawful thing is sanctioned in the same breath as the incident itself. So now you are saying that if foul play occurs against you and it gets sanctioned, you can hit somebody over the top of the head and shove them in the face, which is a red card decision. So the disciplinary thing reads like this. It says the player Josh Murphy received a 20-minute red card in the 18th minute of the game under law 9.12, which says a player must not physically or verbally abuse anyone. Physical abuse includes but is not limited to biting, punching, contact with the eye or eye area, striking with any part of the arm, shoulder, head or knee, stamping, trampling, tripping or kicking, which he did. There's no doubt about that. He did. Then the panel overseeing it, which is the same 3 people, by the way, found that while an act for foul play had occurred, it did not meet the red card threshold. So now you are saying basically that you're allowed to punch somebody in the back of the head. That's not a red card. That's what that statement says. That statement says you can smack somebody in the back of the head, shove them in the face. That's not a red. There's your precedent. This is a very dangerous combined disciplinary decision from the URC, and I think they've got this very, very wrong. Because now, first of all, you said that you don't need video evidence to be able to ban a player for 9 games. Second of all, you've basically said that hitting somebody in the back of the head is not a red card offence. That's the precedent that you have set. And as a result, Josh Murphy, who did strike and did punch Jan-Hendrik Wessels last week, can play. They've said that you are allowed to do this, and it's not a red card. So, by the way, this is a yellow card at most. Smacking there, full smack, and a shove in the face. They have just said over here that is all right. I think this is a big balls up, to be perfectly honest. And I think this is going to be a very, very contentious. It'll be interesting to see if the Bulls, when they do appeal, which is the suppose is what we're hearing. I think it's also going to be a very dangerous precedent they've set with this. So I think it's 2 really, really poor decisions that has been rushed, and I think it's going to cause a lot of problems. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. Let's see how this plays out. I'll chat to you soon.